In this video, we're going to take a look at escrow accounts and what they're used for. Escrow is the account that all the funds are held in during the transaction and then dispersed from at the end. There's another type of escrow account that your lender uses to hold your taxes and insurance throughout the year, but we cover that in pretty good detail in one of the other videos. So today we're just going to focus on the escrow account during the real estate transaction. I've always described escrow as the pool. Everyone involved throws all the required resources into the pool, and then when the closing company disperses from that pool, it's time of closing. Okay? Let's look at the three main things that come in and out of an escrow account and how they actually affect the transaction. Number one, earnest money deposit. This is a good faith down payment that you put into the escrow account to show the seller that you're serious about purchasing their home. I've always explained it to my clients like this: it's having skin in the game. Nowadays, it seems like contracts are just a piece of paper. A large earnest money deposit is an excellent way to show the seller that you are serious about purchasing their home. An earnest money deposit may be the difference in the seller accepting your offer or you not getting the house at all. If all conditions are met and the sale closes, that money actually goes towards any closing costs that you would be obligated for to purchase the home anyway. Closing costs, prepaids, down payments, etc. On the other hand, if you are negligent as a buyer and the sale doesn't close, the seller may be able to take that earnest money deposit as compensation for their lost time on the market. The second one is a down payment. Your lender will put the money that they agreed to pay into the escrow account a day or so before closing, but they'll send out a closing disclosure at least 3 days before closing. That will explain everything you owe, they owe, and that the title company charges. On that sheet is a line item that's usually marked cash to close. This is the amount of money you need to bring to closing to actually close the sale. This number is usually the contract price, plus lender and title company fees, minus any seller paid closing costs, minus what the lender is actually putting into escrow, and then minus the earnest money deposit that we talked about earlier. So if you're going to buy a $150,000 home with a 5% down payment, and the seller is paying all your closing costs, and you put down $1,000 earnest money deposit, your cash to close will likely be around $6,500. The last term we're going to talk about is disbursements. This is something that usually happens on the seller side, but occasionally a buyer will actually get money back at closing. It's very cool when that happens. So we describe escrow as a pool that all the resources go into. Well, disbursement is how those resources actually leave the pool. After everything closes and it's recorded at the courthouse, the title company or the closing attorney will disperse everything from the escrow account. The seller gets their profit, the real estate agents get their checks, the lender gets their paperwork, and the purchaser gets their paperwork. More importantly, the purchaser gets the keys to their new home. Escrow can be used for a multitude of things, but these are the most common. Remember, like all the other videos, if you have any questions at all, feel free to give me a call, 276-617-0189. Thanks.